a few people they talk to, and that's it. It's normal for humans to pack up, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
In terms of like AEW, I don't want a lot of people to go to AEW. There's a couple people I kind of made a mental list that I would like to see there, and I think they would kind of help out. And I will say Samoa Joe, but Samoa Joe is not necessarily because of their in-ring work, whether or not he can be in-ring. But if AEW can continue growing, which they're growing kind of fast, but they're trying to take it slowly. They do have a total of 3 shows: Dynamite, Dark, and Dark Elevation. But if they want to keep growing, they're going to need an announcer, and Samoa Joe has shown to be a really good announcer.
Oh yeah, by far, absolutely.
I actually think a combo of him and Excalibur would be really good.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty interesting to watch that too. I mean, it'd be a good start. At least we can have that. It's always a good place to start with something like that. I don't know what Samoa Joe feels like. I don't know. I mean, I'm not always been the biggest fan of him. I mean, he has great ability. I guess I know I've never been drawn to him. I got drawn to him even more so as a ring announcer. And sitting there at the commentator's table, I think that's where I'm kind of like, okay, this guy can talk, and not just on the microphone cutting a promo. He can talk on guiding a match, telling a story, being a character.
You mean to tell me you didn't like his "Hi, Wendy"?
Oh yeah, that was a decent storyline. I'll just say that much. I think between this storyline and his chemistry with AJ Styles, I think it's what sold it off so well.
Yeah.
When I seen Samoa Joe, his character work, I was not the biggest fan of in TNA, but his in-ring work was good. I said to y'all, would probably hate on me for saying this. KM knows this for a long time. Have never been what you call a big fan of Joe. However, his work has improved. I mean, that's probably the wrong way to say it, but it's always been good. But it just never been big on Samoa Joe. But his commentating work is awesome, and
If he was to go to AEW for a stable, of the stable, I think he would fit best with his Death Triangle. With Pac, Phoenix, and Penta.
It might be a good way together too. And by the way, I'll let y'all know I'm not a fan of Roman Reigns either. So in case y'all think I'm singling out somebody, so I'm not saying I have good.
There's a few others you're not a fan though.
Yeah, I know there is.
The main thing I didn't like about Roman, and thank God he doesn't do this anymore, is before the spear. I never liked that.
Yeah, I can understand. So it's just part of the gimmick on the draft setup, I guess. But now, Samoa Joe, if he goes to AEW, it'd be good to have him on commentating table. I think he'd be good in a number of different companies. Impact to be decent, not perfect. I think it's the reason why I say it for, because it's not his same environment. It's not what it was at one point. It's like, where is it? My thought is like, where could he really fit in so well at? And it's to where NWA, they're growing what they have there. I think he could help evolve NWA more, but I
want to go back to Impact real quick. What do you think about Violent by Design?
Well, they're okay. They are. I'm still trying to grow on them. They're growing a little bit. They've still got some more tweaks in there that I would feel more better with. They would tweak up some stuff that they're doing. Still not totally bought into everything. But it's there. It's not where I want to turn the channel.
Yeah, I actually dig him, and it's just because I think, honestly, Eric Young is a really, really good.
Oh yeah, he's selling that group like nobody's business. I mean, if it wasn't for him, I don't think that group would really work out. Honestly, I really don't think it would. It's something against Rhino. I think he's a veteran, long-time veteran, but he's got his own character. What he's doing inside that group faction. But Eric Young's selling it really wrong, really great. See that Raw as such an the chemistry so raw. I guess is what I was trying to get at, but it's just growing on me. But I think they got me tuned in on them, so it's they're one of the bigger factions around, so it's working out so far pretty well.
I actually didn't. In what happened on Impact, I actually didn't think after that speech in the match. I actually thought that Jazz, I almost called her Jacqueline, Jazz was actually going to retire.
Well, she did.
Yeah, I know she did, but I mean, when I saw her start the match, I thought we were going to get a Mark Henry swerve there.
Yeah, honestly, when they were in the ring talking, I'm like, okay, just I had a gut feeling that okay, is her partner going to turn on her and have a heel turn, or is this going to go Jazz going to do something, or is this going to be a genuine thing? And then when it turned into the match, I'm like, okay, I guess they want her to go over as a victory once before she retires, and then it was a good retirement, all in all. I was like, when Scott and Moore made that tag title match, though, I was like, wait a minute. Of course, Jazz like, no, I'm retired. I give my word. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then they're gonna set her up with a new tag team partner. What's the girl's name? Her tag team partner?
Jazz's?
Yeah,
Jordan Grace.
yeah, Jordan Grace. Yeah, she's gonna set her up with somebody else. So hoping whoever that may be, it's a good pick. Hope they booked it the right way. But yeah, it was it was a good promo. It was a good retirement deal. So it kept me on my feet. Honestly, it did.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they go from there. I again just expected it to be a full Mark Henry swerve.
Yeah, yeah.
The and what I kind of want to put a disclaimer on here. It's not that we hate WWE. We get really frustrated with the bullshit that they pull.
Oh yeah, there's just some decisions that are made at it's something that a long time ago that was said. I think Scott Hall said it first. I think Hulk Hogan said it next. At least from what I've seen, that's what I'm going back and saying. Have I heard too years ago? Is like, even though we may not like something that's booked in a moment, give it time for the story to unfold. And I try to do that as a fan. But some things just make little to no sense. And it's just, I'm more, we all get frustrated with WWE. As far as the releases, I don't look at it as like, that's terrible. Why would they do that for? I don't look at it that way because it's part of the business and it's part of like, hey, we have to cut some people because they can't keep a full roster of everybody. We have to cut the fat somewhere along the way. And some of those people, they're blessed to have that opportunity. They have, hey, some of them are very obviously not happy, is obviously that for when they lost their jobs. Number two is that they worked hard to get to WWE. It doesn't mean that they can't come back at a later time. But you got that namesake that you had in a major, the biggest company that there is, and I can go and have that accolade and go move on to another company. But you also still have that accolade. You're working for the big monster of WWE. But having releases and having cuts and so forth, the whole 9 yards is part of it, and you got to cut it somewhere. One person that we talked about and didn't really agree on is Mickie James. I wasn't totally surprised, the way they booked her whenever she has been on TV, but I think it was time for her to go. Honestly, she could choose to be closer with her husband and NWA and help with that company. But I think, in my own view, I think it's great to see her in AEW, and I say that not because obviously we talk high on AEW, but also things we don't agree with on AEW. But I think not only with her in-ring ability, but also she's backstage helping out the ladies, trying to evolve. They're all young. I think she'd be a great producer, that person to keep the knowledge from, help evolve that division, whether it be helping out sometimes having matches. Even though, I know she's a little older, but hell, there's other people too that are older. It's okay to have an older age, but I think just she has such value to bring to AEW to help evolve that division, and it's something that it could evolve too. I just my 2 cents on that one. Doesn't mean everybody has to agree, but I just as far as having, like we talked about their budget, they have enough budget. They do. Obviously, you're trying. Not every company wants to spend a ton of money, but of course you got to have that kind of money to compete on a major level. And I think that she'd be a great signing for AEW, especially as a producer. And that's just how I felt about it. But she don't go there, and you can go be closer to your husband NWA. I think Impact. I'm not saying it would be right, but I think it's just what the environment is. I think it'd be fine. But I just don't see her there anymore, honestly. But if she does show up in Impact, then hey, better luck for her. And but that's just where I feel about it. With Mickie James.
Yeah, I disagree with the Mickie James thing. You and I discussed it before.
Yeah.
And I already told you my position on it. I actually had to double check something because someone sent me a fake post that says that the icons are all elite. So I wanted to see if that was actually real. It's not. Although I did see, checking on it, this is relative to AEW, that on Dynamite, Billy Gunn is going to be in a match against QT Marshall.
God, they don't use Billy Gunn enough. He's still good on his ring. He still has good look. I mean, I know he just does the dark, but it's just
I think the only reason they're not using him that much is because I think they're trying to work up Austin and Connor, his kids.
Oh, that's fine.
Because the way I read the reasoning is because apparently on Dark tonight, QT took a cheap shot at Billy, and so it's Billy getting back. And to me, that kind of shows that they're showing restraint from using the older talents as much as possible. So I don't think it's a bad thing.
Well, I'm not saying you should use them all the time. I just don't think they use them a little bit of enough. Don't say every week, Mark. Not every week. Not hell. You only use them even every month on TV. I just think last time I seen him entering on Dynamite was against MJF. That's the last time I can recall him being in. It's that's been a while. So I just feel like
it was a while ago.
I just feel like they could utilize him a little bit more to help out with the younger talent because you got a name right there with Billy Gunn. I just feel like they're just being more used. But obviously, you're not trying to overuse it because obviously, like we said, we both agree is that you got young talent, but the young talent has to get over more so because not only with the in-ring seasoning, but also when you have a veteran there with a great name, it helps out with your other talents. That's why I say I think I would like to see them being used, as well as kids too, but him being used a little bit more. But
I don't have any issue with the limitations on it. It's just I think.
I'm saying you can use it limitations. Just I just think it's just too much of limitations. Just a little bit more used. It's not seldom used. That's what I'm saying. Limitations is fine. That's what I'm saying. Right. You can have that. I like that. It's just just not enough. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah. No, I get it. There is also, I wanted to bring this up, and I don't know how to do it organically, but I saw recently, well, I know you missed NXT, but the NXT champion now is Karrion Kross, who won the title off of Finn Balor. Karrion Kross apparently sent out an Instagram photo of John Cena with 2 belts, and then John Cena replied with a picture of Karrion Kross. So there might be a tease here that John Cena might return to face Karrion Kross as a retirement feud.
I don't think it'll be a retirement feud, but I think it'll be a match, maybe in time.
Well, John Cena hasn't really been on TV much for WWE, and it looks like he's going full on into acting like The Rock did.
No, that's fine. I mean, what else? What else was Cena? He's making a road, not for himself, but for future WWE superstars, wrestlers, as we prefer to call them. But it's what else can Cena really do? I mean, we can sit there and he come out there. I mean, I know he's gone quite often, but it's just more or less what else is there really for him? I mean, he can sit there and put over talent all the time, but John Cena's not like your typical talent. He's not. He's not like your, I'm 50 years old and or 45, and I'm just going to be infused with younger guys, get beat, or, what? Yeah, it's just not him. It's not his character. He's protecting that. And I totally get it. I really understand it. It's just that some people don't. And I understand, we want to see Cena more. Or, of course, a lot of people want to see Cena less. And, of course, he's also has an image. People look at him like, oh, you're just going to bury the talent. Well, it also depends how it's booked, too. Cena, I just don't, huh?
What I was gonna say with Cena, because you said what else is there left to do? I think